everyone, it's Nisha. So today I wanted to do my September favorites. I didn't do August favorites because most of them, or like I told you, were my July favorites, but I have a few new ones this month. Some of them might be repeats, but at least you know that if you see certain product in my favorites all the time, it is really my favorite. This month I don't have a favorite foundation, and I think it's because I've been trying again few new ones. I mean, you know that I always will love my Laura Mercier mineral powder foundation. You know I love my It Cosmetics CC cream. I like Kat Von D, but I have been trying this month I just had a sample of what is it? Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and I quite liked it, but I haven't tried it for long enough to know if I like it. I've tried the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. I quite like that one as well, but again I haven't tried it for long enough. The Marc Jacobs, you know, so I've been trying different foundations, so I haven't used just one foundation all month that has been my favorite. But what I've really been enjoying, and I don't know if I've shown you this before, I bought it a while ago, is the Rimmel Good to Glow Highlighter Illuminator. Mine is in 001 Notting Hill Glow. And this is a liquid illuminator. I'm not normally into those. Let me squeeze tiny bit. It's a huge tube. This tube is, how big is it? 25 ml. That'll last you a lifetime, I think. It is pearly, almost white, but with slight pink undertone. It is beautiful. I am quite taken by it, and I have it today on my cheeks, you can see it. So I use it with Beauty Blender. If I put it as a highlighter, I squeeze tiny bit on my hand, I sort of dip the Beauty Blender in and gently pat it in, or I have mixed it with foundation. So if I have a foundation like Kat Von D, for example, that is quite matte and quite full coverage, I've mixed that with that foundation before, and that looked quite nice. Or you could put it underneath your foundation, and you know, this is not very expensive. It dries really nicely. I mean, it doesn't feel sticky or anything after it has dried. It's not oily, it's not greasy. It's just a really nice highlighter. I haven't tried the other colors, but I think one was more bronzy and one looked, I think, almost orange. So maybe if you have a deeper skin tone, this would be nice. But I really like that one, and I didn't think I would. It's a bit similar to, you know, the Becca Skin Perfectors, the liquid ones, but of course this is so much cheaper. So I've really been enjoying that. My favorite blush this month, and I'm wearing most of the stuff that I'm going to show you today, has been the Balm Frat Boy. This is not a new blush to me. I've had it for a while, but I seem to, don't know, you probably won't get the true color. I seem to pull this one out more in a fall. There it is. I don't know how that comes across, but it's like a rosy pink. I'll move my hand, so hopefully you will get the color. It is matte. I'm wearing it today. I've been really enjoying that one. What else? Right, for my powder to set underneath, and if you've watched my video about how to hide your eye bags, you would have seen this, is Nye Banana powder. And I just have tiny bit left because I only bought a sample, and I bought these to put it in. but I think I'm going to get a full size now because I do really enjoy setting my makeup with it. It is a translucent powder that is yellow, therefore is quite brightening. I don't know if you can see if that made a difference if I put it here on my hand. It really, I feel like it blurs the imperfections and is quite brightening. So I've been loving that. And now this brush that I have shown you that I got on eBay, and a lot of you said that this looks just like the It Cosmetics brush. This was only, I don't know, $4 or $5. It was on eBay. It's a beautiful brush, very soft, very dense. As you can see, I've been using it and I said I will let you know. This brush I wouldn't use for anything else than mineral foundation powder, and that is if you want quite full coverage, because remember, the denser the brush, the fuller the coverage. So that's what I've been using. If I'm using my Laura Mercier mineral powder just to set my foundation with, I won't use this one. I use fluffier brush, you know, not as dense. But if I use just CC cream or something underneath and use the Laura Mercier as my main foundation, then I will use this brush, and it is lovely. And I like the fact that it comes in this tube. The only thing is mine is already breaking the top, but that doesn't matter, it will still fit there. So I'm loving this brush, and of course it is fraction of the price of the It Cosmetics. Right, let's stay with the face. Now, for my eyebrows, NYX Cosmetics Micro Brow Pencil. These are amazing. I've told you before, I had a makeup geek talking about them and comparing them to Anastasia Brow Wiz, and she said that they were exactly the same, and I feel the same way. The only difference is the price, obviously. I think these are $10. I don't think we can get them in the UK yet on our NYX side, but Carmen has sent me those from US, and I have two. One is in taupe, which is a bit lighter because I use always two pencils. So you see, it's just like Anastasia. It's got that tiny nib, and on that side has the spoolie, very similar. So this one is taupe. That's taupe, which I use at the front of my brow because it's lighter. And the second one is ash brown, which is a bit darker. And they look very similar. They perform just like the Anastasia. They are, so that's the ash brown. They are not too hard, not too soft. I can't see any difference. I suppose Anastasia's brow wiz might have more choice of colors, but honestly, these are amazing. Another thing that Carmen sent me has been the Anastasia Shadow Couture palette, World Traveler, and I would never choose this palette myself. If I went to the shop and I looked at it, I honestly wouldn't think I would like it. And still, there is few colors here that I don't really use, like the blue one. You might have seen I've done a look and I posted just on Instagram with the blue one. It is a beautiful color, beautiful. It's just not so brilliant for blue eyes. It is better for brown eyes, I suppose. I am not too keen on this metallic one, which is very yellow gold. But the rest I use, but I am most obsessed with these four colors. And I'm wearing this palette on my eyes today. Everything is from that palette. But I tell you, what I'm most obsessed with is this shadow Morocco. And I've looked in all my other palettes and single eyeshadows that I have to see if I have something similar. And yes, I have similar colors, like Makeup Geek Cocoa Base, a bit similar. what else? I have another one, but none of them are just like this one. And so I would like to ask you, there it is, it's a very warm orangey brown, and I have that in my crease. I think this color is amazing for blue eyes. I wanted to ask you if you know, because we get some Anastasia products here, but for example, I haven't seen yet her single eyeshadows. If you know if Anastasia does this Morocco eyeshadow as a single, or if you know of any dupes for the eyeshadow, but I don't mean similar, I want something just like it. So please, if you know of a dupe or where I can get the single eyeshadow in Morocco, please leave me a comment under this video. Okay, now for lips. I have 3 favorite lip liners that I've really enjoyed this month and 1 lipstick. My lip liners, what I have on today, I have all 3 of them actually, is the Marc Jacobs in Nudist. And I love this one. It is nude, you know, your normal nude, but it's so lovely if you want to slightly overline your lips, and you know, I don't mean make them huge, but slightly overline them, and then you can use something on the top of it, which I do. So today I've used this first, and then I use the Kiko 711, which is a bit similar to MAC Soar. I think it's a bit more reddish than brownish. So this is the Kiko, so I use that, and sometimes I use the MAC Soar with this combo. So okay, this is MAC Soar and this is the 711 from Kiko. They are very similar, but MAC is a bit leaning towards brown, whereas the Kiko leans more to burgundy. And then with that I use my Faux MAC lipstick, and that's what I have today. I've been using that quite a lot, which is unlike me, because you know, I like my nude lip, or I like my sort of bluey pink, light pink lip. So, but I have really been enjoying this Faux, that sort of look. Next thing is the Makeup Forever Instant Brush Cleaner. Love this. I know this one is not too cheap. I can't remember actually how much it was. I actually bought it in Poland back in August when I was there. And I've only ever tried one of those instant brush cleaners from Crown Brush, and it was okay, but this one is amazing. My brushes can be filthy from eyeshadow, and I just spray a bit of that on a paper towel, swirl brush a few times, and it looks clean. So for spot cleaning it's amazing, because I think they actually do bigger size. This might be the smaller size. What is this size? 50 ml. I wonder, I'm sure they do 100 ml one. I don't know. But you don't need that much. You just do 3 sprays and you can clean a few brushes with it. So this is really good, because I have few brushes that I use every single day, and obviously I don't use them for the same eyeshadow colors, and I can't be washing like proper deep cleaning my brushes every day. So this is really good. Also, when you do it with that, your brush is immediately dry, because it must have alcohol in it, which evaporates, and yeah, and your brush is ready to use. So this is really good. Like I said, I've tried the Crown one, and although it's okay, it wasn't as good as this one. And the last thing that I have to show you today is a hair product. And this is John Frieda Frizz's Forever Smooth, hold on because this is long name, Forever Smooth Anti-Friz Primer. So there it is. I will link all these products down below. It is cream formula, and you apply it to your wet hair. You don't rinse it off. I take a small pump of it, rub it in my hands and just go from about here. They say you should go everywhere, but I'm always scared not to weigh my, not to put too much on my roots because I don't want my hair to be weighed down. And obviously depending how long and how thick your hair is how much you use it. I have just tiny little pump. I tell you what they say. This frizz fighting primer sets the foundation for a long lasting, smooth, uniform style. The end result is immediate frizz elimination and smoother hair with every use. And it's true. I find that when I use this primer, because my hair is fine and it's very flyaway, it's damaged, so it's not going to be completely smooth, but definitely when I'm blow drying my hair, sorry if I'm going orange and all sorts of colors because it's very nice day outside today, but unfortunately with the sun going in and out means that my complexion will be changing from anemic to jaundiced. I can't help that, sorry. Yes, so when I blow dry my hair, it definitely doesn't leave that feeling in your hair that you've got product. With some products like this that you leave in, you can actually feel it in your hair. I don't feel this at all. It doesn't weigh my hair down, and I feel that my style lasts longer, definitely. I wake up usually so like I've blow dried my hair today, I wake up tomorrow and sometimes I look in the mirror, I think I don't even have to put brush through my hair. It just looks like, not as fresh, but it doesn't look like I have to do anything to it. So oh no, I've got one more. It's only because I got it out of the box. I don't know if I probably had it maybe in my last favorites, but it's the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. I know this is expensive, and this one is dim line, incandescent line and radiant light. They are expensive, but that is I've had this one for a year and a half now, I think. When did they come out? Or maybe a year. And you can't even see dent in it. You use so little. I think they are definitely worth it. I remember talking about it a long time ago and saying, yes, that these powders are lovely, but they are not a must. Of course, none of those makeup products are a must, but I love it. I'm so glad I have it. Again, I use it in this area here, which brightens up, I think, my under eye area. For me, it blurs imperfections. I know a lot of people say that it can emphasize pores, but that's if you use too much. This is not a setting powder. This is not a powder that after you've done your foundation, you set your foundation with it. This is finishing powder, which means that you use just a tiny amount on a very fluffy brush, because if you use it on a dense brush, you will deposit far too much. And maybe that's when you can emphasize your pores and imperfections. But if you use it sparingly, it just gives that real soft focus look to your skin. And I am so glad I have it. I am so tempted now to get the blushes. I just saw that there is a new palette that came out with 3 blushes, I think bronzer and some powders. But I can't remember if the powders are repeat from here or different ones, because if they are different, then it would be worth getting, because I would get 3 blushes as well. I've got the bronzer, but it would be great travel palette. I don't know if that palette is out yet in the UK. It is limited edition. Mind you, they said this one will be limited edition, but I think this is now permanent, so we will see. Anyway, and that's all. These were my favorites for the month of September. Please let me know what your favorites are, and if you can find the dupe for Morocco eyeshadow, that would be great. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!